and welcome to the InFocus series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about the educational rights of the Rohingya refugees in India and what is the new update about this particular topic, and this session is important for your GS 2 perspective. So moving towards the points of discussion part. Before moving to the points of discussion part, I want to give you a brief background about the Rohingyas. So Rohingyas were they are still the ethnic community of the Myanmar, and they mostly follow the Buddhism, but despite living in the Myanmar for a year, they were not given the official citizenship of the Myanmar, and after that they had faced lots of different kind of violence. So we'll also discuss about that. So here we are going to discuss that what is the take of India's on the Rohingya refugees, especially when it comes to the child education. So coming to the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss the news, then we are going to discuss the case of Rohingya, then we are going to discuss that what Supreme Court said, and after that we are going to discuss practice question for prelims. Before that, you have to like, share and subscribe to this TIAS channel. So moving towards the news part. So before moving to the news part, we have this Drishti IAS Noida address, and our address is C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida, Uttar Pradesh. And we have ISGS Foundation in both the medium, Hindi medium and English medium. Here are the details of the English medium and here are the details of the Hindi medium. And if you want to know anything related to the classes, you can call on to the number 87501. So coming to the discussion part. So the news is that the Rohingya refugees news is nothing new, because it has been news since 2017. And why India has been associated with this news? Because when there was exodus in Myanmar, so many refugees also migrated to India. So that's why they are living in different parts of the country, especially in Delhi. So what is happening that so many children are born during that period of time, so many children have migrated. So are we able to compromise their education? So according to the Supreme Court, we cannot compromise their education. So this is the news which we are going to cover up in today's session. So coming to the Rohingya refugee crisis. So before going to the discussion of that what Supreme Court had said, first of all, we are going to discuss about that what had happened with the Rohingyas. So as I have already given you a brief description about the Rohingyas, that who are the Rohingyas. So here what had happened in 2017, that in the Rakhine state of Myanmar, there was a mass exodus and there was so much violence and ethnic conflict happened in that area, and as a reason they had to migrate, and around 1 million people have migrated from that particular Rakhine state. And if we'll talk about the Bangladesh, so Bangladesh alone has around 1 million of refugees, and more than 1 million had migrated, and through Bangladesh area they had also migrated to India. So because of the rape, sexual violence, because of the ethnic violence and because of the racial violence, they had to migrate from that state. And despite their living into that particular country, they are not given the recognition as official citizen. So this has been done to them in 2017, and as a result they had migrated, and they are mostly living in Bangladesh. There is a region, Cox's Bazar region, so they are mostly settled there, and through Bangladesh many of them had also migrated to India and settled in India. So this is the case of Rohingya, and according to the United Nations, they are the most persecuted minority in the world. So this is the particular problem with the Rohingyas. So when it comes to the question of the refugees, so India has a different stand of the refugees, but if you want to know that whether India is compromising the education of the children who belong to the Rohingya community, so the Supreme Court had said that we cannot compromise the education of the Rohingyas children, and Supreme Court reaffirmed that no child should face discrimination in education. It means that the Rohingya does not have an official Aadhaar card, and many schools are asking for the Aadhaar card. So what will happen into that case? So there is a UNHCR code. So card to the Rohingya. So on the basis of that, they will be admitted. And Supreme Court had also said that you should also find out that in which areas they are living and into which houses, who are their landlords and who are the things. So these kind of details schools need, and as a judiciary, they also need such kind of details before giving any kind of decisions on them. So when it comes to the child education, whether they are refugees or not, so according to the Supreme Court, we cannot compromise the education of the Rohingyas children. So this is the discussion of today's session. So here we are going to discuss the practice question for prelims. Which international organization described the Rohingya as the most persecuted minority in the world? World Bank, International Monetary Fund, United Nations, Amnesty International. So this is very easy one. You can answer into the comment section, and also you have to think particular this topic regarding that what are the rights of minorities, what are the rights of refugees we have, right to education is a fundamental right or not, or whether it is a fundamental right, then it is available to the citizen of the country or others or not. So these kind of nitties-gritties are associated with this particular topic, which you have to do homework, and then you have to prepare mains question onto this, that what is India's stand on the refugees, what did India had signed any UN declaration on the refugees. So you have to find out all these things, and we already had covered so many points related to Rohingyas in our daily programs. So do check that. Thank you. Have a nice day. And if you have any queries related to this session, you can ask into the comment section. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.